As usual, I'll upload the recording in YouTube and I'll share the YouTube video link to every one of you. And today in the morning also I have shared with everyone. Okay. And as we discussed in the, last classes, the topics that we are going to discuss in SQL Server are, I have shared you people, right? These are the topics. Like, what is the meaning of SQL Server and how to create the table and store procedures and views, triggers and complex queries, joins and drop, truncate, and, these all the topics will going to be discussed one by one slowly. And first, today we're going to discuss what is the meaning of SQL Server and, what is the use of SQL Server and all those things. Now, observe here, every one of you. SQL Server is a database. Suppose, see example that if database is not available, earlier the people are used to store the data in the form of books. Okay, if you are storing the data in the books, there is no security. Why I'm saying that there is no security in the sense I'm putting book here and I'm going out. Suppose, see example that the book is containing the list of my company employees. So I have the employee ID 101 with the name is Shravanti and the salary is 10,000 like that. So I'm putting book here. Someone knowingly they came to the book and they removed 2 zeros here and the Shravanti salary would be 100 rupees. I don't know. They changed the salary. Salary. What is happened there? Okay, no security is a problem. Someone is stolen your book. There is no chance to get the book again. And so that the major problem with the storing is a book is a security and multiple people and who are sitting in different location, multiple people who are sitting in different location, they can't access the books. So one book can able to access only one person. So multiple people, they need to access the same book. In a sense, it's not possible. So multiple people need to access it. Those people are sitting in different locations throughout the world, different location. They are sitting through different locations throughout the world. Multiple people at a time can able to access this. It is not possible. So the people are migrated from, these are the two disadvantages. One is security and multi-access is not possible to store the data in a books format. So the people are migrated from storing the data in a books format to the other format like Excel and WordPad. Like this, the people are migrated from storing the data in from this format to these other formats like Excel and WordPad and all those things. In the Excel and WordPad also, the Excel that is there in your system, the other system people, they want to access it, we need to share the Excel file. So if we have shared the Excel file on yesterday and today we have performed the modification here, and that modification will not be affected to the person who is using the yesterday shared Excel file. So updation is not available to the Excel file what you have shared. That is the reason, other than storing the data in the form of Excel format too, the people are came up with the databases. And in the databases we have different types of databases, and one is SQL Server and Oracle and DB2, Fox Pro. Like this, we have many databases. Coming to the databases, other than Excel and WordPad, we are storing the databases in the internet, and whenever you are performing the modification, that modification will going to be updated the database that is stored in the internet, while other guy is coming to the picture and he is accessing the database, so it is having the updated data. So for that reason, along with that, compared to Excel and SQL Server and other databases will be having so much of space to store a large amount of data. That is the reason people are migrated storing the data from Excel and WordPad format to database format. And coming to the database, the data would be in a structured format. Employee, in the sense employee will be having these only columns. Like this, these column will be having this data type. Like this, the database will be having structured storage. That is the reason nowadays people are using databases to store the data. A large amount of fully structured format of data would be calling as databases. Okay, and now why we are using only SQL Server, that is a question. As I'm saying, we have different databases in the market. Those are like SQL, Oracle, DB2, Fox Pro. Why we are using SQL Server database is a question here. Now we will see the .NET people. The .NET people will use only SQL Server database. The other like like Java people, they'll use Oracle. Now the question is why most of the people in the .NET they are using SQL Server, because the SQL Server is developed by Microsoft. is developed by Microsoft and .NET is also developed by Microsoft, if both are coming from the same company, then it is easy for us to have the communication. Suppose, see example that the SQL Server and .NET both are developed by Microsoft, then if any issues are coming, if any issues are coming in the future, then if any issues are coming in the future, then we need to coordinate only with the Microsoft people. So because Microsoft is the whole and sole authority of both the .NET and SQL Server, .NET and SQL Server. So if you have any issue, you just need to communicate with this Microsoft, then he's going to solve whether the issue, if you are not able to identify the issue with SQL Server or .NET also, you just confirm the issue with Microsoft. He's going to check what is the issue is coming with respect to either SQL Server or .NET, how to resolve the issue, all the things they're going to respond. And if you are taking by mistakenly with Oracle and Oracle and .NET, if you have any issue, we need to communicate Oracle company and .NET company, that is Microsoft and Oracle. We need to communicate with the two companies. If getting the response from two companies will going to take a lot of time than getting a response from one company, that is Microsoft. That is the reason most of the people who are working with the .NET, 99.99% of the projects would be using 99.99% of the projects they are using SQL Server as a database. Clear, all of you? That is the reason we are using the SQL Server as a database. Now we will going to discuss how to work with SQL Server, and just give me a minute, all of you. Yeah, how to work with SQL Server, and what all the versions are available with SQL Server and all those things. And now listen here, we have different versions of the SQL Server, like 2016 is the latest version, I hope so. I have in my system 2014. Any version would be fine for us, and try to install the SQL Server from the online. And in our class we are using the version of the SQL Server as 2014. Okay, once you have installed the SQL server in your system, then go to the start window. Here just to type the SQL, then you people can able to see SQL Server 2014 Management Studio. As I told you people, right, in my system I have 2014. That is the reason SQL Server 2014 Management Studio it is showing. Then once you clicked on this SQL Server, then once you clicked on it, then it will automatically fire up the window like this. Now here, just listen here. I'll just again open this SQL Server. See here, all of you. See here. I'm just opening again one more instance of the SQL Server window. See here, while opening itself, it is showing SQL Server 2014. Now, whenever you are trying to open it, the connect to server one pop-up will come here, and here we need to give some basic information, that is server name. We are using the server name for the database, the server type, the server whatever you are using the SQL Server, it is used for database purpose. And server name in the sense, while installing the SQL Server, it will going to ask you a server name. Okay, my server name I didn't remember, that is the reason I'm using the local server, that is dot. If you are not remembering the server name, whatever you have given at the installation, then you just give the name of the server as dot. And one more thing, we have two types of authentication. One is Windows authentication, one is SQL Server authentication. If you are giving the authentication mode as Windows authentication, then it is not required you to provide the username and password. Whenever you are giving the authentication mode as SQL Server authentication, then you need to give the username and password. That means a login and password. I didn't remember my username and password. That is the reason I'm giving the authentication mode as Windows. Okay. Now, so finally, server type we need to give, and server name we need to give, authentication mode we need to give. If the authentication mode is SQL Server, then we need to provide the username and password. Clear, all of you? After giving all these details, just click on connect. Okay. Click on connect. Once it is connected the SQL Server, then it will going to list out all the objects that are available under this. We need not to focus on security and server objects and all these things. I'm just focusing on the database, and it will going to list out what all the database that are available here. These all the databases are available. Now here I'm just trying to create a new database. I'm just clicking on the databases. I'm clicking on the new query. Observe here all of you very carefully. I'm clicking on the new query. Now I'm creating the database, create data. If what you are creating now, database. So create database, the name of the database would be something like eCloud. Okay, eCloud is a database, and once after writing, create database and database name would be eCloud. Select this and click on execute. Okay, so it will executed the query, that is command completed successfully. The database eCloud was executed, and now we'll see in the list eCloud is not there, right? After D we have only one database that starts with E, that is employee. Now I'm refreshing this. Whatever the eCloud that we have created, that will going to display here. See, now after D we have two databases, one is eCloud and one is employee. Whatever the database we have created, that is eCloud, we are just showing here, that is eCloud. Now under this eCloud I don't have any tables. Am I right? I don't have any tables. Now I'm trying to create the tables. Now observe here, whatever the database we have created, that is eCloud, I'm using this eCloud. So use eCloud. What is the meaning of use in the sense, whatever the database, whatever the tables that you are going to create from now, those tables will need to be stored in the under the database, that is eCloud. ఇప్పటి నుంచి మనం ఏదైతే tables, store procedures, triggers, views అవి ఏవైతే create చేస్తున్నామో, those all the things need to sit under the eCloud. If you're not using use eCloud, those will going to sit under the master. Master is a default database. Now I just want to change from master to eCloud. That is the reason I'm selecting this. I'm clicking on execute. Then it will going to change from master to eCloud. Then from now, whatever the things you are creating, those all the things will going to sit under the eCloud database. Clear all of you? That is the reason to change from default database from master to. Please don't unmute any one of you. If you want to change from database from master to database whatever you have created, so use the name of the database whatever you have created, then that will going to change from master to the database name whatever you have created over there. Now isn't here, I'm just trying to create a employee as a table. The employee table need to have the columns like employee ID and employee name and designation and salary and department number. And now employee ID is an integer, it is a string, and this is also string. These two are integers. Correct all of you? Now observe here, create create. We are creating the table. The table name is employee, and the employee table need to have the columns like empid integer, and I'm taking it as a primary key. What is the use of primary key? I'll explain you people later. As of now, you people try to remember that employee ID is having the primary key, and employee name, the name of the employee would be varchar 50, and designation, the designation is again varchar 50. Varchar 50 in the sense it will going to take 50 characters. Okay, clear all of you? Varchar 50 in the sense it will going to take 50 characters. And finally I'm taking two more columns. The salary is integer and department number is also integer. Clear all of you? I'm selecting this, I'm trying to run this. See here, under the eCloud, I'm refreshing the table. See here, the table would be stored in this eCloud under the table. See here all of you, under the employee we have 5 columns, that is employee ID, employee name, designation, salary and department number. Employee ID is a primary key, that is the reason it is applied the key symbol over there. Clear? Now I'm trying to insert some records into it. Insert into employee values. The employee values I'm inserting, those are 101, and Sai and the project leader is a designation. I'm giving some salary and department number and 102, and the other employee would be Shravanti, and I'm giving the Shravanti designation as SSC, and I'm giving some salary, that is 20,020, and 103 would be Divya, and Divya designation would be project leader. And the project leader, if you are giving any varchars, then must and should you need to pass the data in the form of single quote. Inside of the single quote only you need to pass the values, because see here all of you, employee name and designation are varchars. That is the reason if you want to pass any varchar data, you need to pass them with a single quote. Okay, now I'm passing with 30,000 and 30. Clear all of you? 30. Now I'm just executing this line of code. So we are inserting 3 employee values. One is 101 Sai and second is 102 Shravanti and 103 Divya. So 3 rows will going to be affected. See, 3 rows are affected because you have inserted 3 rows into the table, that is employee. Clear all of you? If you want to see all the data that is present in a table, then we can able to see select star. Select star in the sense we are selecting all from the table, that is what? The name of the table is what? Employee. Clear all of you? I'm just selecting all the data that is present under the table, that is select star from the table, that is employee. So 101, 102, 103, all the records will be came here. Now my requirement would be I want to select the employee whose name starts with yes. How many employees are there whose name starts with yes? Those 2 employees are like Sai and Shravanti. Those people are names are started with yes. Am I right? Now observe here how to write the query in such a way to select the names of the employee whose names are starts with yes. Okay. Select star from the table, that is employee, where employee name like operator we need to use, like operator need to start with yes. Okay, need to start with yes. Okay, yes to start avali ante s percentile అని ఇవ్వాలి. Okay, now listen here all of you. Now see, 2 employees are there. Those 2 employees are like this. Now I want to find the employee whose names ends with I. Okay, whose names ends with I. Okay, see here whose names are ends with I, again same like Sai and Shravanti. So if you want to ends with yes, sorry, if you want to ends with I, then see here all of you, we need to give like this percentile I. Okay, the same way it will going to give a reverse of the starting and ending. It need to end, then we need to give I percentile I. Reverse లో ఉండాలి యాక్చువల్ గా. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు స్టార్ట్ దెన్ ద క్యారెక్టర్ అండ్ ద wild card, that is percentile. Okay, now listen, the percentile would be calling as a wild card here. Okay, see here all of you, and now I want the employees whose designation like a project leader. Okay, whose employees designation would be project leader here? Sai and Divya. Am I right? See, we'll going to see now. Select a star from employee whose designation, where designation would be designation like percentile project leader. Okay, like this. Okay, as I'm telling you people, we need to must and should need to give single character. Correct? See here all of you very carefully. 2 employees are there, Sai and Divya, those designations like a project leader. Okay, like this we need to give starting and ending both at once, and start, ending and starting. Okay, what these are will be calling as a wild cards. Okay, clear all of you? Now we will going to see the aggregate functions over here. Aggregate functions. The aggregate functions in a sense, I mean, maximum and minimum, average and count. Okay, these all the things would be calling as aggregate functions. Now among this we have different employees, right? I mean, see here all of you, I have the employees like 101, 102, 103. Whose salary is more? Here Divya's salary. Whose salary is less? That is Sai's salary. Okay, if you want to find the maximum salaried employee, then if you want to find that, select the max of salary. What, who's I mean, which is the maximum salary here? That is Divya. Select the max salary from employee. Okay, maximum salary number I want to find. Okay, maximum salary number. What is the maximum salary here? That is 30,000. See, what is the minimum salary here? Min salary is 10,000. Correct? Minimum salary. Okay, what is the average salary? Average in the sense 10,000 plus 20,000 plus 30,000, that is 60,000. 60,000 by 3 is what? 20,000. Am I right? See, what I'm telling you people is 3 guys are there, right? Those are having the salary like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. 10,000 plus 20,000 is 30,000. 30,000 plus 30,000 is 60,000. 60,000 by 3, because 3 people are there. Average you want. So 60,000 by 3 is 20,000. The average salary is 30,000. Clear all of you? Select select average salary from where? The employee table. Clear all of you? Now we'll see. We'll see here all of you. See, the average salary is 30,000. Sorry, 20,000, because as we discussed, total is 60,000, 60,000 by 3. That is 20,000. Clear all of you? Now we will see what is the meaning of count. Okay, I want to find the count of employees that are available in an organization. Okay, how many people are there? The count is how much? 3, right? See here all of you, 3 employees are there. Now I want to find the count of employees. So select count of EMPID, select the count of EMPID from employee is a table. Clear all of you? See here 3 employees are there. Okay, like this, we can able to use the aggregate functions like minimum, maximum, average, and count. Okay, now I want to find the entire employee details. I want to find the entire employee details whose salary is max, whose salary is maximum. Okay, salary is maximum. Okay, now we'll see how to do it. Okay, select star from employee, okay, where employee ID is equal to where, or else we can do like this also, where salary is equal to, how to find the maximum salary, select max of salary from employee. Select the max of salary from employee. So now what will happen? What is the maximum salary here? That is 30,000, right? 30,000. Now what we are doing here? Here it will going to give you 30,000. Select the star from employee where salary is equal to 30,000. 30,000 employee salary, for to whom we have the 30,000 employee 30,000 salary, that is Divya. That will going to retrieve here. See here all of you. This is what we are calling as a inner join. Okay. Sorry. See here we have like this. See, there is not inner join, subquery. This is first query. The subquery will going to be evaluate first. Once the subquery would be evaluated, so the subquery will going to return the salary, that is 30,000. So select a star from employee where salary would be evaluated this, and it is given as a 30,000. So inner query that is will going to evaluate and it will going to return as 30,000, because select maximum salary. What is the maximum salary as we have discussed now? That is 30,000. So 30,000 will going to pass here. First inner query or subquery, will going to execute first. Subquery will going to execute first, and then based on the result of the subquery, the main query will going to execute. That is the intention of the subqueries. Okay, clear all of you? Now you can able to find the person who is getting the less salary. Okay, if you want to get the less salaried person, then we need to just give minimum. That's it, right? See here, who is the person who is having the less salary? That is Sai. Clear? Because see, maximum salary is Divya and minimum salary is Sai. See, maximum salary is Divya and minimum salary is Sai. Like this, we can able to use the subqueries to execute the inner queries. Clear? Now, listen here, we're going to see the other topic, that is stored procedures. Okay, what is the use of stored procedures and how to use the stored procedures, that all the things we're going to be see now. Now observe here all of you. First we're going to be see about the stored procedures. Okay, stored procedures. Now listen here all of you very carefully. With the help of stored procedures, they will going to get two major important things. One is security. The other name of the security would be calling as, we can reduce SQL injection attacks. What is the meaning of SQL injection attacks? We're going to see, because this word, what is the meaning of SQL injection attacks? This is one of the important word in the market. What is the meaning of SQL injection attacks? Okay, SQL server injection attacks or else SQL injection attacks, anything would be fine. And one more advantage of the stored procedure is, execution would be faster. Whenever you are using the stored procedure. First we're going to see, what is the meaning of SQL injection attacks, why execution would be faster. This all the things we're going to see one by one clearly. Now observe here all of you very carefully. The first thing is, what is why execution would be faster? We're going to resolve the second concept, that is execution would be faster execution. See here all of you, whenever you are trying to execute, whenever you are trying to click on F5 button, anytime the two things will going to be happen. Meer Visual Studio lo execute chesina or SQL Server lo execute chesina, we need to the system need to perform two operations. One is compilation, and the second is execution. See here all of you, each and every time whenever it need to come, each and every time whenever the same program, suppose the example that the code, the class file is having 1,000 lines of code, and each and every time if you want to test with different inputs, you are executing the same class file. In the sense, the same class file need to compile and execute, am I right? So the compilation would be you are compiling the same code again and again. Am I right? So other than compiling the same code again and again, what we are doing is, in the SQL Server, we have a beautiful mechanism that is having the stored procedure. Once you are putting the code in the stored procedure, it will going to compile once. The next time, whenever you are trying to execute it, the stored procedure will not going to compile. It will execute directly. Compiled set of code will be calling as a stored procedure. Okay, again I'm telling, compiled set of code would be calling as a stored procedure. Once you are compiled the code, next time it will going to directly execute it. It won't compile again. Okay, because of not compiling again and again the same set of code, whenever you are executing the button, it's directly execute, it won't be compiled. Because of not compiling again and again the large amount of queries that is having inside the stored procedure, it will just directly hitting the execution button. That is the reason the stored procedure performance would be a bit faster. It will going to execute fast because it is not compiling the code again and again. Clear? That is the one of the beauty of the stored procedure. Once you are writing the code and whenever you are clicking on the execute button, the first time it will going to compile and it will execute the code. And second time whenever you are compiling the stored procedure, the second time whenever you are trying to execute the stored procedure name, it will directly execute, it won't be compiled again. Okay, so because of not compiling the code again and again, it will just directly executing the code from the second time. That is the reason the execution would be faster in the stored procedures. Okay, ఒకసారి కంపైల్ చేసి పెట్టుకున్న తర్వాత next time whenever you are calling the name of the stored procedure, it will directly execute, it won't compile. Okay, that is the reason not compiling the same code again and again. It is directly executing the code. Due to that, the compilation time would be we are reducing. That is one of the advantages. We can able to execute the code bit faster than writing normal queries. Okay, so that is one of the advantage of the stored procedure. It is directly execute. There is no compilation again and again. Now we will going to see what is the meaning of security, what is the meaning of SQL injection attacks. Suppose see here all of you very carefully. First we'll try to understand what is the meaning of SQL injection attacks. Okay, what is the meaning of SQL injection attacks? Injection attacks. Now listen, see, I'm writing the query like this. Select a star from, or else we can able to write the query like this. Insert into EMP values. The values like 101 and Sai, like project leader, and 10,000 and 10. See here all of you very carefully. Just give me a minute. Yeah, listen. Whenever you are passing this query, then suppose the example that this query you are passing from the Visual Studio. Okay, Visual Studio, and we are passing this query insert into employee values from Visual Studio to SQL Server. Okay, while transferring from Visual Studio to SQL Server throughout the network, whenever you are passing this query from Visual Studio to SQL Server throughout the network, okay, throughout the network, whenever you are transferring this query, there are many chances that in the network there are many chances that to hack this query. హ్యాక్ చేయడానికి చాలా ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, బికాస్ whenever the user is hacking this query, like insert into employee values, whenever the user is hacking this query, suppose other than Sai, while after hacking this, the employees can able to do it like this. See here, all of you, they can able to change from Sai to like Kalyani. They can able to change from Sai to Kalyani, and and project leader to director. So what will happen directly? It will going to hit my name as a director for the organization. So there are many chances to hack the query while the query is transferring from Visual Studio to SQL Server throughout the network. There are many chances to hack the query. So other than transferring like this, what we are doing is we are passing the name of the stored procedure. Okay, stored procedure. We are taking the stored procedure name. Suppose, see example, that stored procedure name is like suppose ABC is the stored procedure name. Inside of the stored procedure name ABC will be having the query that is inserted into something. Okay, while passing this stored procedure throughout the network like this, other than insert into employee values, we are just passing like this ABC something. Okay, ABC we are passing like this. Whenever you are passing throughout the network, you are passing only ABC. While hacking also, the people, they don't know what is the meaning of ABC, because the name of the ABC is available inside of the SQL server, that is inside of the stored procedure. We have mentioned what is the meaning of ABC. In ABC, in the sense, it is an insert query. ABC in the sense, it is insert query, insert into employee values. Other than passing directly, this is insert into employee values, we are pointing ABC in the sense insert into employee values. We are calling the ABC. Then while hacking, so whenever you are calling ABC in the stored procedure, it means it is inserting the query. So other than passing the name of the other than passing the query directly, we are passing the query with the help of the name of the stored procedure. And while passing the name of the stored procedure here, the hacker can able to see only ABC. He don't know what is the meaning of ABC, where the ABC is declared, in which server it is clear, in which server it is created the ABC, and what is the username to hack the server, what is the password is to hack the server. They don't know anything about these details. So that is the reason. We can able to reduce the attacks while using with the help of the stored procedure, and due to that reason, we can able to reduce the SQL injection attacks. What is the meaning of injection attack? In the sense, suppose example that it would be earlier 101. In the query we have passed like 101 and Sai and project leader, and we have passed like like this, right? Now I changed it. I am injecting the value from Sai to Kalyani, and I'm injecting the other value, that is project leader to the director. So what I'm trying to do, I'm injecting the new values. Am I right? I'm injecting the new values, so we can able to reduce this injection with the help of the stored procedure. We're just passing the name of the stored procedure than query, and with the help of the stored procedure, we can able to reduce the injection SQL server injection attacks, and we can able to. One more advantage of the SQL Server stored procedures are we can able to provide the security, and we can able to provide the security by stopping the injection attacks. And one more is we'll be executing the stored procedure would be faster, because it will not going to be compiled again and again. So these two are the stored procedure advantages in SQL Server. How to create the stored procedure, how to use the stored procedures in a Visual Studio, and all those things will going to be see on tomorrow's class. Okay, YouTube, and I'll share you the link. I'll share you the YouTube link to all of you. Okay, most of the class on tomorrow.